Hello, hello. Check one. Check 1, 2, 3. Aiden Bushy's number one. Hello, Aiden Bushy. Okay, wait, let me. Okay, the audio sounds good. The audio sounds good to me when I check it. Does the audio sound good to all of you when I check it? Check, check. Let me know. Right in the chat. Emmy pulled up. Hi, Emmy. Oh, hell yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, I guess let's get started. This is the first track on the album. I'm going to sing it for you. Let me know if you can hear it. My doctor says that I should lay off the fries. He says that I should take it easy on the strenuous exercise. Not that I'm trying to lose weight, though that would be a start. It's just not good for my heart. And now it's been a month that we're separated, and my blood pressure's finally somewhat equilibrated. It's never been more clear than since we've been apart. You're just not good for my heart. 'Cause after all, my heart stops when I'm kissing you. My blood just freezes in my veins and my lips turn blue. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my cardiac health. When you're walking through the door looking half your best, you give me pains I can't ignore, pounding through my chest. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my, it's better for my cardiac health. The doctors came in an ambulance and took me away. They shot me with defibrillators, but strangely I felt okay. And then they called the cold blue, all because of you. What have you done to me? Every time you come around, it's like I gotta restart my heart. 'Cause after all, my heart stops when I'm kissing you. My blood just freezes in my veins and my lips turn blue. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my cardiac health. When you're walking through the door looking half your best, you give me pains I can't ignore, pounding through my chest. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my, it's better for my cardiac health. See, I've been boozing and cruising and I've been trying to loosen up, but my physician is pissed and he says I gotta give it up. See, I've been whining and dining, but now it's time to get smart, 'cause you're just not good for my heart. 'Cause after all, my heart stops when I'm kissing you. My blood just freezes in my veins and my lips turn blue. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my, it's better for my probably better for my, it's better for my Hey, thank you everybody for tuning in. So good to see you. So good to see so many familiar names in the chat. Nick, hi. Chloe, hi. Andy, hi. My grandma, my mom is here. Hi, mom. That's such a fun song. I love that song so much. And I've never actually been able to perform it for anybody ever until right now. But I've performed it many, many times in my living room by myself whenever I need to just like let loose. Hey, Chaz in the chat. Chaz in the chat officially. It's that song, I wrote it, most of that song I wrote in Wine Rack. I worked at Wine Rack for a while. It's where I learned all of my knowledge about fine wines. And when I was alone in the store, which happened a lot, I would just like walk around singing and belting my face off, and that was one of the songs that I came up with while I was there. It's very, very silly, but it's very, very fun. This next song, although I'm kind of regretting wanting to go in order of the album because Cardiac Health is actually the first track on the album. The second track on the album is another big sing, and I'm not sure how ready I am for it, but we'll find out. It's called Smooth Sailin', and this song is, I wrote it for kind of a series of romantic interests of mine over the course of about 5 years. This song has been evolving and developing. I started writing it for my college girlfriend. I then wrote it for the person that I was engaged to for a while, who I'm no longer engaged to. And then I finished it like last year. So this song has also been in my life for a long time, as many of the songs on this album are. And I hope you like this one too. This one's called Smooth Sailin', and it's about that feeling when you're starting a new relationship and everything seems to be perfect. I've been told that I've got 2 left feet, but when I'm with you, they just glide across the floor. I'm doing cartwheels in the street. You get me dancing like I never have before, and all the sailors hanging out by the docks must think I'm crazy 'cause I'm smiling so much. But I can't help myself, I can't explain it. You just hit the spot, you make it smooth sailing, smooth. And if the wind should change, our course will stay the same. 'Cause I've got my North Star to guide the way. And if a storm should blow, when you hold my hand, I'll know exactly where to go, 'cause you make it so smooth, smooth sailing, smooth. So pull up the anchor and climb on board. We've got a crew of 2, but 2 is all we need. The world waits to be explored, but there's no hurry, we can take it at our speed. And every night out on this deck of ours, we can lie together staring up at the stars. I hear flutes and violins, you hear pianos and guitars. It sounds like smooth, smooth sailing, smooth. Oh yeah, and if the wind should change, our course will stay the same. 'Cause I've got my North Star to guide the way. And if a storm should blow, when you hold my hand, I'll know exactly where to go, 'cause you make it so smooth, smooth sailing, smooth. I always thought that I'd be sailing alone, forever adrift on the sea. But now I've got a place where I can call home, wherever in the world I may be. 'Cause if you're there, that's home to me. And if the wind should change, our course will stay the same. 'Cause I've got my North Star to guide the way. And if a storm should blow, you'll just hold me and I'll know exactly where to go. 'Cause you make it so smooth, smooth sailing, smooth sailing. Hey, thank you for the love on the live synth solo. I tried my best. I feel like that's not the sound it's supposed to be on, but you know, it is what it is. That's a fun one. Let's Gavi showed up. Hi, Gavi. Wait, I need my microphone. I forgot. Gavi says, synth solo is more lying in a field face down, though. That is so true, especially with this kind of sound. It's very like... All right. So the next song on the album is a song called Remind Me, and it's the first song that I wrote out of all of the songs on the album in terms of chronological order when they actually happened. So I think this is a good time to chat a little bit about what this album is. There are 12 songs on it, and I think I have the track list here somewhere. Nope, I don't. That's a lie. But there's 12 songs on it, I promise. You've just heard 2 of them. The first 2, Cardiac Health and Smooth Sailing. And basically for the last... It's been a long time. It's been pretty much 5 years that every so often when I have some sort of creative energy that I don't know what to do with it, I will just sign on to Logic or whatever GarageBand, and I'll just write a song, or I'll record a song that I wrote previously. And it's been a really cool creative outlet for me. It's been a really great way for me to learn how to use music production software, which I hope to use more in my musical theater writing. Yeah, it's been a fun, kind of silly, creative thing for me to do. So that's what this is. It's just a culmination of 12 silly little things that I've put together. Everything that you hear on this album is 100% done by me, so it's not very well mixed and it's not very well mastered. It's mixed and mastered by a guy who is like learning how to mix and master on the fly as he's working on this album. So it was all made in this tiny room in the basement, and some of it was in like other apartments that I've lived in and stuff. Smooth Sailing I started writing in 2019, and it kind of evolved over 5 years. Cardiac Health I wrote in 2022. Remind Me, which is the earliest song, I wrote in 2018 for my college girlfriend. And Hobby, which is I think the next song I want to sing for you, is this one is from 2020. So it was during the pandemic. And it's like an ode to fuckboy culture, if you will. An ode to no strings attached situationships and how much fun they can be. I think this is gonna work. There we go. Hey. I could be your hobby, a corner of your life, a place you can come home to, a game to pass the time. I can be your hobby, a way to spend your evenings, help you see things with new eyes. After a long, long 9 to 5, everybody knows that you spend your nights alone, desperately hoping to hear the ringing of the phone. Everybody knows that you're married to your work, and if that works for you, that's fine. But you need some way to unwind. Those are my dreams for us, not big or dangerous. The perfect distance, not too close, but not too wide. You're a working boy, you don't have time for toys, but you deserve a hobby on the side. Thank you, Mitch Bruce, for the donation. I can be your hobby, your jog at 6 a.m., the Pac-Man in the lobby, the lie you tell your friends. I can be your hobby, take my place among your playthings, say things you wanna hear, then in the morning disappear. Those are my dreams for us, not big or dangerous. We see no future, we're just mutually satisfied. You're bringing home the bread, I'm waiting in your bed until the night. We're independent, that's alright. Those are my dreams for us, not big or dangerous. We're not connected, just expected to collide. You're a working boy, you don't have time for toys, but do I get to be your hobby? You decide. I could be your hobby, no vows are guaranteed. Don't hesitate to call me, but only when you're free. I could be your hobby, that's all I want to be, 'cause you will only ever be a hobby to me. Mitch is the #1 Mateo simp. That's actually so true. That's so true, but that's okay because I'm the #1 Mitch simp. I love Mitch Bruce. The last time I did an album premiere like this was the Tommy Rhodes cast album. Shout out to Tommy Rhodes. And Mitch was here for that. The mic drop is implied. Yeah, I spent too much money on this microphone. I'm not going to actually drop it. I love I love that y'all are fighting over the comps to Aiden's show in the comments. That's great. All right, I'm gonna play for you the actual recordings for these next two songs. The first one you're gonna hear is called. Wait one sec. The first one you're going to hear is called Remind Me. So this one is one that I wrote for my college girlfriend in 2018. And then the next one is called Wake Up Call, which is a song that I wrote in 2021 when I was falling in love again for the first time after that relationship ended. Remind Me and Wake Up Call kind of represent two different ways to look at a new relationship. Remind me is saying, I don't know if this is going to go very far. I don't know how long we're going to be together, but I appreciate this for what it is and the fact that it reminds me how to be in love again. And wake up call, on the other hand, is, hey man, you've let yourself get hurt a lot, so don't get too invested too quickly in a new person or in the idea of a new person. So that's Remind Me and Wake Up Call. The reason I want to play these versions for you that are actually on the album instead of performing them is because Remind Me, the piano that you hear, is actually me playing the piano in 2018. So I recorded that in the garage band studio at Sheridan College and in 2018. And so that's the piano that you're hearing, although the vocals are newer on Remind Me. And Wake Up Call, it's kind of the opposite. The vocals from that are actually vocals from 2021 when I wrote the song. So here is Remind Me and Wake Up Call, and I'll be right back. You remind me of snow on trees, of the glances across the room that no one sees, when someone's sweater fits like a glove. That's what you remind me of. You remind me of how it feels to be tied up on a leash at someone's heels, to mend then shatter, to push then shove. That's what you remind me of. Well, the stars aren't quite aligning, but they're out tonight and shining like I haven't seen them in so long. You contain me, you defeat me, I am powerless completely. All I can do is go home and write a song, 'cause you remind me how to repair, how to run my fingers through somebody's hair. Maybe this isn't perfect, maybe this isn't love, but at least that's what it reminds me of. That's what you remind me of. Last night you called me and told me to call you at 6 a.m. no matter what. You said evening me knows best, if morning me protests. Just get him out of bed no matter what. And I take my duties at this hotel desk very seriously, thank you very much. This is your wake-up call. Breathe in that morning air, the most important part of my job as concierge is your wake-up call. I know you wish I'd let you sleep, but you made me promise, and I don't make a promise I can't keep. You told me to call in the case that you fall into someone's pale fluorescent eyes. At some early hour, you relearn the power of pretty girls who tell you lies. Their hair may sparkle in the silver light. Their thoughts and words can make you wanna bleed, but they're telling you the thing you want to hear, and I'm telling you the thing you need. This is your wake-up call. This is your reality check. I'm trying to break your fall before you break your neck. This is your wake-up call. Just say the word, I'll let you sleep. Just don't let her make you a promise you know she won't keep. Don't let her make you a promise she won't keep. So that's Remind Me and Wake Up Call. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for still being around. Emmy, I appreciate it. I love that little melty face. Andy, okay, low range. Yeah, that's also part of the reason that I didn't want to sing it live, because there's he can't key. I don't think I can hit it live. Hey, costume change. What? You know I've got costume changes lined up. Obviously, I've got costume changes lined up. Come on. Cheers. Okay, I had to pull out the douchiest thing in my wardrobe for this next song, because this is the douchiest song I've ever written. But it's like goofy douchey. It's not real douchey. This is called Tip Jar. In some ways, this is actually the oldest song. Hey man, what's the name of your frat? The name of my frat is Delta Nu. Delta Nu. Tip Jar is in some ways the oldest song on the album, in that I started writing it in high school, but it almost none of it survives to this day. There's only one line in it that is from when I wrote it in high school, because in high school I was imagining what it might be like to be a piano player at bars. Then, after college, that was kind of like my thing that I did all the time, was play piano in bars. And so I wrote a song about that. It's called Tip Jar. I give 'em music and they give me $1 or $2. Then I see you walking with that look on your face, and suddenly the night can start. 'Cause I see you walking with that look on your face, and suddenly I'm playing from the heart. Come on over, sit with me. I can make you mine. Put your number in my tip jar. Put your number in my tip jar. Put your number in my tip jar. Whoa, write it down on a napkin, and they know me. Girl, when you're my date, you're drinking for free. Put your number in my tip jar. Put your number in my tip jar, and I'll call you. Forgot to mute the actual piano solo on the recording. It's after midnight and the bar is filling up. There's someone next to you, he's handing you a cup. And he's tall and he's strong and he's rich, but baby, you'll leave him when you get the chance. 'Cause he's tall and he's strong and he's rich, but he can't play the music that makes you wanna dance. Come on over, sit with me. I can make you mine. Put your number in my tip jar. Put your number in my tip jar. Put your number in my tip jar. Whoa, write it down on a napkin so I don't forget. Maybe we can hang out when I'm finished this set. Put your number in my tip jar. Put your number in my tip jar, and I'll call you. Whoa, and when the bar is closing down, whoa, and I take an Uber to the other side of town. Whoa, 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 I'll thank my lucky stars that we should meet. Whoa, when I look over and see you in the passenger seat. Come on over, sit with me. I'll tell you one last time. Put your number in my tip jar. Put your number in my tip jar. Put your number in my tip jar. Whoa, I've been playing piano since I was 2. Girl, let me show you what these fingers can do. Put your number in my tip jar. Put your number in my tip jar. Woo, and I'll call you. Oh, I'll call you. I'll call you. There we go. That's tip jar. Whew. I tried. That was obviously the one that I was like, that one's easy, and so I didn't run it through, and I didn't realize that I had left like the vocals on for the second verse, and I had left the piano solo on for the piano section, and then I got the verses in the wrong order, and I was like, oh, it's not gonna matter because it's fine. But then I had backup vocals singing the wrong lyrics. Oh well. So far, everything else is going pretty well. So thanks everybody for being here, proving that it's actually live. I'm not yanking your chain on that one. So, not to bring down the mood here, but I think I'm going to sing a ballad for you all. This is a song that is very close to my heart. This was, I was going through a breakup, and this is one of the things that helped salvage that relationship. We ended up staying together for another few years after this breakup, largely because of not because of the song necessarily, but because of what I learned from writing the song about what being in a relationship actually means. So I'm excited to sing it for you. I just have to make sure that all of the things that are turned on or turned off are supposed to be turned on and turned off. And actually, you know what? While I do that, here's another song. This one is the 7th song on the album. It's called Fast. And this one's about rushing into a relationship because sometimes it's just right and you should just rush in. Why bother going slow when you know it's right, you know? So this is called Fast. Fast, that's just the tempo of this song. And if you played it any slower, the chords would all sound wrong. I know with Fast, there's fewer moments to prepare, but there's excitement in the air, brought on by the rhythm. And if you played a slower song, this speed, it would be rushed and hurried. But the composer wrote the BPM at the top of the page. So, darling, hush, don't worry, we're getting the tempo right. Fast, that's just the way we like to move. Look around, our lives are flying by so quickly. Let's get into the groove. I know it's fast, but if we trust the beat we feel, we'll know the tempo is ideal. We're finding our rhythm. And if you played a slower song, this speed, it would be rushed and hurried. But the composer wrote the BPM at the top of the page. So, darling, hush, don't worry, we're getting the tempo right. We're getting the tempo right. We're getting the tempo right. Hello, I'm back, and I've undouchified for this one. This one comes from the heart. This is a song that I wrote, like I mentioned, for a person that I was breaking up with, and we both ended up going through kind of different, very difficult things in our lives around the same time, and we ended up pulling through, and we stayed together for a while after that, and so this is something worth holding on to. Actually, wait, let me check that everything sounds right. Okay, should be fine. All right, here we go. Ready? Invisible and shaky-handed, you saw me there on the sidelines. It wasn't much, we didn't try, we didn't plan it. Something just fell into place. And these days all the world is pushing away, making damn sure that everything good is gone. But somehow in a world of pushing away, we found something worth, something worth holding on to. 22 in quarantine, in isolation, you held me up once again. 11 years, plenty changed and plenty different. There's still the same glow in your face. And these days all the world is chaos and noise. We're all in the worst way strong-willed. But somehow in a world that only destroys, we found a way to build something worth, something worth, something worth holding on. Holding on to. I know I wasn't always perfect. You know you weren't always right. But we held on, even when we didn't think we could. Baby, don't you start letting go tonight. Something worth holding on to. Something worth, something worth, something worth holding on to, holding on to, holding on. There you go. That's something worth holding on to. Hey, shout out to the music theory nerds who are catching on that stuff. The chaos noise chords. I have this really kind of clashy chord. I don't know where it is. Here. Which is basically each note is like each note is basically a semitone off of the resolution, and the resolution comes like 4 bars later, or like four lines later. So we have like these days on the world is chaos and noise, chaos chord, and then we're all in the worst way, strong-willed, and then that chaos chord is just hanging in the air there. And somehow in a world that only, and then here's the resolution. There it is. So you have to wait. It's literally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 bars, basically, including the bar with the chaos chord and the bar with the resolution. So it just kind of hangs in the air. And it doesn't resolve, and then finally it resolves later. So there's some music theory analysis, and then this at the end, where the two piano recordings go into 2 different ears, and they change the rhythm. Like one of them just keeps repeating on the same note. You can hear in the left ear, whereas the other one keeps going up. I think it's the circle of fifths. So like one of the 2 voices leaves and kind of grows apart from the other one, which is kind of was my experience, and it was a little music nerd way of showing that musically. All right, what's next? I think I'm gonna do some sad boy hours. We're gonna keep in sad boy hours, but this time instead of like ballad beautiful sad boy hours, it's gonna be like angsty sad boy hours, emo punk sad boy hours. This one's called Put On You. This one I wrote in 2022, and then I recorded it in 2023 after some really horrible rumors I found out about me. That obviously they weren't true, and they were being spread, maliciously. But I started to doubt myself. I started to doubt if there was a bit of truth in it, and if I was actually deep down a horrible, terrible person, and made everyone's lives worse by being in it. And so this is the song that came out of that. Most days I don't like myself. My struggle with mental health are worse than average. I can't cope when good things end. I take advantage of my friends. See, you've already had enough. I need pills to sleep at night. I'm insecure about my height, so I overcompensate. I'm pathetically desperate for human touch, and I lie about myself so much, it's almost automated. And I know that that's a lie. It's okay if you don't wanna take it on. I promise I'll understand. If you can't take me as I am when I'm so messed up, just know that I'm aware that it's not fair to me. wanna take this baggage off, but I know that it's a lot. Yeah, I know that it's a lot to put on you. On you. Oh yeah. Put on you. Oh, put it on you. I can't control how much I eat. I stare at people on the street. Yeah, I'm a creepy bastard, and I'm obsessed with proving I'm smart. In every conversation I've got to get the last word, and I know that that's a lie. It's okay if you don't wanna take it on. I promise I'll understand. If you can't take me as I am when I'm so messed up, just know that I'm aware that it's not fair to make you carry all I've carried for so long. I wanna take this baggage off, but I know that it's a lot. Yeah, I know that it's a lot to put on you. To put it on you. I've been so scared of letting down my guard. Didn't want to put my cards on the table. It's better, I guess, to keep them close to my chest. 'Cause if you didn't see them, then maybe you'd be able to carry my weight, forgive my mistakes, and hold my truth in your hand. But if you can't stand this mess that I am, I hope you know that I understand. Just know that I'm aware that it's not fair to make you carry all I've carried for so long. I want to take this baggage. Oh. Yeah, fuck you to those people who said those things about me. That song came out of, well, like the initial reason that I started writing it was based on a prompt from a songwriting mentor of mine, who she was like, people like to hear songwriters be like incredibly painfully honest about themselves, and admit the things that they wouldn't usually admit, or kind of own the things about themselves that other people criticized. And so I took kind of all of the things that all of the shit that people always talk about me, and I just put it into a song so that I can own it. And it's very therapeutic to belt a high A about all of the flaws that people say that you have. I think if you don't have a few enemies in this world, you're not doing something, like there's something you're not doing right. 'Cause anyone who like lives out loud and is 100% themselves is gonna rub some people the wrong way. So you gotta find your people, you know? That's what Put On You's about, I think, in some ways. Hey, thanks, Andy. You're a real one. All right, there's only one more that I'm gonna sing tonight. And that's gonna come at the end. But while we're still in a Sad Boy Hours kind of mood, this next song that I'm gonna play for you is a song that I wrote. I got like really drunk one night, just kind of by myself, and I wrote this song about like what is it about? I guess it's like the ways in which your life is outside of your control. I was at a place where I was kind of frustrated with thanks bitch. I was at a place where I was kind of frustrated with how little control I had in my life, and how no matter what, no matter how hard I worked, people still didn't see me or didn't understand, or I still wasn't being given the opportunities that I felt like I deserved. And I was kind of frustrated with that, and frustrated that like where you're born, how like what the family you're born into, and the location, and all of these material things that you can't control define so much of your life. And I was getting frustrated with that, so I wrote this song called Snack, Food, and Wine. And the next song after that is going to be called Knives. You know what? I'm kind of tempted to sing Knives live, actually, but I hadn't planned on doing it. So I think I'm gonna sing Knives. I think I'm gonna sing Knives live. And we'll see how it goes. You all need to just understand that I wasn't planning to do it, but the vibes are vibing right now. I'm feeling good, so I think I'm gonna do it. This is Snack, Food, and Wine while I get ready. I'm going outside. I'm getting my fresh air. Will it help me breathe more clearly? I'm writing in my journal. I'm talking to friends who care. Will I get to a point where nearly I'm fine? I'm waking up at the first sound of my alarm. Will it get me where I'm going? I'm working out 6 or 7 times a week. Will my body ever start showing those lines? Or should I learn to live on snack, food, and wine? 'Cause some things are a yes, I told you so. Well, none of us are as special as they said when we were small. And if nothing ever really mattered at all, that's fine. We can just learn to live on snack, food, and wine. I'm taking my pills, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm doing everything just right. I'm going to bed, I'm getting 9 hours of sleep. Have I even got the right to decide? Or do I have to live on snack, food, and wine? 'Cause some things are yes and some are a no. You think you have control because your mama told you so. But none of us are as special as they said when we were small. If nothing really ever mattered at all, that's fine. We can just learn to live on snack, food. Some days we're high and some days we're low. Some days we go on and some days we let go. It's unpredictable. It's easy then it's not. You might as well just work with what you've got. 'Cause some things are a yes and some are a no. And none of us are special, as they said when we were small. But if nothing really ever mattered at all, that's fine. We can just learn to live on snack food and wine. Snack food and wine. Pour me out some of that liquor, son. Will it quiet down my mind? Order me some food that I know I can't afford. Will it help me find what I'm trying to find? Or should I learn to live on snack food and wine? I was on mute. Here we go. We'll start again. Thanks, Andy, for catching that. Fuck me. Damn. Oh. That's embarrassing. Okay, what I was saying was this is a song about loving somebody who hurts you and loving somebody who is unpredictable and what that means. It's called Knives. There you go. Here's the instrumental again. She's got a blanket. She'll wrap you up and keep you warm. She's got a candle to light your room and lead you home. If you catch her on a good day, but other days you won't like what you find. She's got knives, serrated, bladed, cutting edges, cold and stinging. She'll draw blood. She's got knives. She'll make you talk her off her ledges. She's a killer cutter, but would you love her if she was not? She's got knives. She's Irish whiskey. Feel the tingle in your feet. She's milk with honey. Take a sip and fall asleep. But try to catch her on a good day, 'cause other days she might just drown your mind. She's got knives, serrated, bladed, cutting edges, cold and stinging. She'll draw blood. She's got knives. She'll make you talk her off her ledges. She's a killer cutter, but would you love her if she was not? She's got knives. She's got knives. She's got knives. bladed cutting edges. Oh, she'll draw blood. She's got knives. Go wild and stinging. She'll draw blood. She's got knives. She'll make you talk her off her ledges. She's a killer cutter, but would you love her if she was not? She's got knives. She's got knives. Oh, 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 oh. She's got. Surprise! I wasn't planning on doing that one. Oh. Hey, thanks for the love, you guys. Whew. That's a tough one to sing. It also comes from like such a real and scary place for me. I was obviously not doing well when I wrote that song, you guys. But it's okay. That was not the closer, Gavi. That one was, I have one song that I'm gonna close with, and it's the title song, Unanswered Prayers. I wasn't even gonna sing Knives, but I just was like, I was enjoying the vibes and my voice is feeling okay, so I was like, I'll go for it. It's the hardest one, I think. But serrated blade cutting edge it. No, edges with an S. Don't worry, Emmy, I'm not singing about you. Oh, what a closer to the song. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for the love for Knives, you guys. I'm glad I sang that one live. I was a little scared to do it, but I'm glad I did it. Here we go. We've come to the last song of the evening, everybody. Everyone say "Aww." I can't hear you, but I'm sure you said it. This one, I kind of want to sit down to have this chat. This song, this is a song that I wrote in 2022, I think, or like early 2023. And I was living with the person that I ended up getting engaged to. And then, spoiler alert, unengaged a little while later. And she said something about how her dad used to say, "Thank God for unanswered prayers." Because when things don't go the way you want them to, sometimes instead life takes you on a path that is better for you. And you can't possibly imagine that path in advance. And she said that in the context of, I thank God for unanswered prayers, because there was someone that she thought she was going to marry who she was dating before me. And she was saying, oh, I'm so glad that I didn't marry him so that I can now be with you. And I was so moved by that sentiment that I sat down at the piano and basically, I pretty much just like improvised this whole song. It just came out of me because I meant it so deeply. And I had it recorded, and I never listened to it again. But then after we broke up, I went back and I listened to it because I hate myself and I want to feel pain. But the good news is that actually this song, which I then recorded last August, so in the aftermath of the breakup, that this song ended up helping me get through the breakup a lot, because even though it was initially written as "Thank God for unanswered prayers because now I get to be with you," it took on a new meaning because because my relationship with Nellie was now an unanswered prayer. I had gotten engaged to her. We had planned a whole life together, and that life, for a variety of reasons, it became very clear that that was not the life that I wanted. And I had to make the decision to leave. And so I'm not a religious person. I grew up, very atheist, very anti-God, like science is God in our house. Both my parents are scientists, and my mom, was in Catholic school for a long time growing up and hated how she was treated, so she was like, God isn't real. So that's how I grew up, but I am a much more spiritual person than my parents are. And while I don't think of God in the Christian sense, I do feel the presence of some large energy that connects everything in the universe. I feel the presence of that. And I sometimes use the word God to refer to that that cosmic force that connects us all and that sends us all on the paths that we're on. And so this is kind of my hallelujah song. It's just saying thank you to God or the universe or whatever that force is for putting me on the exact path that I'm on. And it's called Unanswered Prayers. I had a boy in Nova Scotia. He took me to his galleries of experimental art. I had a boy, and he was tall and skinny. And every day I prayed I'd win his heart. And I prayed that we'd grow old. And I prayed I'd see him silver. And I prayed that we'd find gold in the basin of this river. God didn't answer my prayer. 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 I had a girl in dorm room in college. College is the place where my parents met. I had a girl, and in a month I was ready to call it. This was as good as it was ever gonna get. So I prayed that we'd grow old. And I prayed she'd never leave. All that prayer took a toll. And all I got was one more thing to grieve. When God didn't answer my prayer, God didn't answer my prayer. No, God didn't answer my prayer. God didn't answer my prayer. That's how it was for many years. The universe seemed cold and empty, but thanks to you, I see the proof. There's a higher power. answered my prayer. God finally answered my prayer. God finally answered my prayer. God finally answered my prayer. Thank God for unanswered prayers. Thank God for unanswered prayers. Thank God for unanswered prayers. For unanswered prayers. For unanswered God finally answered my prayer. God finally answered my prayer. And that is how the album ends. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and for listening to my, stories and my songs. I'm very grateful. I will do this is also something I wasn't planning on doing, but I will do a little encore of an arrangement that I made of a song that was very important to me last year. This is not a song I wrote. This is a musical theater song, actually. This resonated for me a lot because this song is about a woman who chooses to leave her fiancé for the love of her life. And it resonated a lot with me because, and I couldn't figure out why at first, but because I was thinking, like, I just left the love of my life. So why is this song resonating with me? But it's not even really true that I left the love of my life. What is true is that I left my fiancée, and I left her for the love of my life, which is actually theater, and it always has been, and it always will be. When I was younger, I could hear it, but it's back. It's my sound, and so I made a decision about the way that I'm going to spend my days. I was definitely not planning on doing this one, so forgive any vocal mishaps. Where am I? Where am I going? Is it somewhere that I want to go? And when I get there, is that where happy is? Or is it somewhere I already know? Sometimes I feel like I cry without a noise. Sometimes I feel like somebody chose my choice. I've to run away. I have to sit and stay. I want to live a life where I'm allowed to say that I'm proud of the way that I spent my days. My days. I can feel something growing. It is small, but it's shifting the ground. When I was younger, I could hear it, but it's back. It's my sound. Sometimes I feel like I lost my only voice, but then I realize only I can choose my choice. I have to run away. I have to sit and stay. I wanna live a life where I'm allowed to say that I'm proud of the way that I spend my days. These days, all we ever really get are days to dream and days to lose. I just need to choose. It's my time. I have to run away. I have to stay. I'm gonna live a life where I'm allowed to say that I followed my joy. I followed my heart. I lived this one wild life. I ripped it apart. I pushed through the corners with no apologies. And finally I can say I know the way. I'll say that I loved the way that I spent my Okay, now I'm really actually done. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You're the best. Mwah. As of midnight tonight, you can stream Unanswered Prayers on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your music. You can find it. Unanswered Prayers by Mateo Chavez Lewis. Check it out. Stream it. Oh, God. Mitch is making a DEH request. Listen. I don't know if I can get through waving through a window right now. Which DEH request? Ay, carajo, listen. I don't know if I can do it right now. Waving. It's like barely there. My voice is tired. I've been singing for the last 90 minutes. Yo, okay. I'll make you a deal. I'm gonna take 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try my best. I'll see you in 5 minutes, everybody. In the meantime, we can listen to Unanswered Prayers by Mateo Chavez Lewis.
My doctor says that I should lay off the fries. He says that I should take it easy on the strenuous exercise. Not that I'm trying to lose weight, though that would be a start. It's just not good for my heart. And now it's been a month that we're separated, and my blood pressure's finally somewhat equilibrated. It's never been more clear than since we've been apart. You're just not good for my heart. 'Cause after all, my heart stops when I'm kissing you. My blood just freezes in my veins and my lips turn blue. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my cardiac health. And when you're walking through the door looking half your best, you give me pains I can't ignore pounding through my chest. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my, it's better for my cardiac health. Cardiac health. The doctors came in an ambulance and took me away. They shot me with defibrillator felt okay. And then they called the code blue, all because of you. What have you done to me? Every time you come around, it's like I gotta restart my heart. 'Cause after all, my heart stops when I'm kissing you. My blood just freezes in my veins and my lips turn blue. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my cardiac health. When you're walking through the door, looking at your best, you give me pains I can't ignore, pounding through my chest. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my, it's better for my cardiac health. See, I've been boozing and cruising and I've been trying to loosen up, but my physician is pissed and he says I gotta give it up. See, I've been whining and dining, but now it's time to get smart, 'cause you're just not good for my heart. 'Cause after all, my heart stops when I'm kissing you. My blood just freezes in my veins and my lips turn blue. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my, it's better for my, blood just freezes in my veins and my lips turn blue. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. For my cardiac health. And when you're walking through the door, you give me pains I can't ignore, now and then. So yes, I miss you, but it's just as well. It's probably better for my, it's better for my cardiac, cardiac. Boom, boom, bada boom, 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 bada. Yeah, it's better for my cardiac health.
No, I got nothing to say. Step out, step. That was so anticlimactic. Okay, one more time. I've learned to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare. No slipping up if you slip away. So I got nothing to share. No, I got nothing to say. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. Oh, can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Here, you can sign my cast. We start with stars in our eyes, yeah. We start believing that we belong, but every sun doesn't rise, and no one tells you where you went wrong. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. I did this in a solo show, and this is where I was changing costume into the Evan. Cause you've learned on the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window. I try to speak but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never made a sound. Will I ever make a sound? Here we go. On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window. I try to speak but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Is anybody waving? Waving! Whoa, okay, now I'm actually going to bed. Woo! Thank you all for tuning in. And thank you for forcing me to sing that godforsaken song that I haven't sung in so long. I appreciate you all so much. I appreciate you for being here. Andy, Emmy, Mitch,
I've been told that
Gabi,
I've got 2 left feet.
Chloe, everyone who's been commented, and everyone who has been here but hasn't been commenting. I see you too, and I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Stream Unanswered Prayers on Apple Music and Spotify as of midnight tonight. Mwah. Must think I'm crazy cause I'm smiling so much, but I can't help myself, I can't explain it. You just